Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do my PickPongAthon TBR. This readathon is happening all month of September. So it starts on September 1st and goes until September 30th. This is hosted by Crystal and she has a few other co-hosts. But Crystal's channel is Bond Reviews, which I'll leave linked down below. This is the third year and this is readathon is inspired by her TBR game, which is PickPong, and it is beer pong inspired TBR game. There's two ways you could do this. You could do it actually playing with cups and balls and all of that stuff, but I don't have a printer, so I can't print out the things. I also don't have any cups or bowls, yeah, I'm doing it the second way, which is a random number generator, and for this I actually wrote down all of numbers 1 through 72 in here, and they correlate to a prompt, and with this one there are no reward or punishments. Also, on here the numbers that end in 0 and 5 have a star on it because they consider a miss, so you add 5 more things. So I'm going to start with 5 numbers and go from there. If at any point I get a 0 or a 5 at the end of the number, then I will be adding 5 more books. So I think that's everything. I am going to try really hard to use my books behind me to pick, and or my Kindle and audiobook. Try really hard to use the books I already own and read those. So yeah, so pull number 1 is going to be this one, 29, and 29 is, I'm gonna pull up the Discord because she has graphics of all of the prompts, and let's see. 29 is YA fantasy. Okay, YA fantasy. Hi, so the first pull I got was 29, which is YA fantasy, and for this one I am gonna reread White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I didn't really have any YA fantasy that I've not read, just because I really don't read YA. So, but I do have this one. This is a gargoyle romance. I am gonna have to go because my dog is waking up, my puppy's waking up. But anyways, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. I read this when it came out back in 2014, 13, 12, something like that. 14, yeah. And I enjoyed it, so it will be interesting to see what I think of this now. Pull number 2 is a 10, so we're doing 10 pulls, and 10 is a plant, so I think there has to be a plant on the cover. Okay. So for pull number 2, I got 10, and 10 is plants. And for this one, I am going to be reading Not So Lucky by Tilla Punk. I am butchering that, but it's a why choose accidentally in marriage in Vegas, and hooks up with the groom's friend. Book, and I've read the little Dear Readers, and it's a, like, the author doesn't write like, you don't know really who the female is. She doesn't give a like clear description, so like it could be any woman. So that's cool. And it has palm trees on it, so yes. And yeah, I'm excited to read this one, and this was the Hello Lovely trope of the month for last month, so for July. So yeah, pull number 3 is this one, and it is 22, and 22 is matching initials. So I just have to read a book by an author with my same initials, which is AB. So yeah. Pull number 3 was 22, and that prompt is matching initials. So I have to find an author that starts with a B, and for this one I am going to read Falling for Hudson by Alexandria Bishop, AB. And this is book 1 in this series. I've read some of her books before, or have I? Yes, I read the Dating trilogy and really enjoyed it. And this is book 1 in the Ashland series. So yes, and it's purple, so it's pretty. I really have to go. My puppy is waking up. So yes, I need to go let her out. She's not happy with me. But anyways, for matching initials, Falling for Hudson. Pull number 4. This one is 20, and it has another store, so we're at 15 pulls, and 20 is TBR game. And for this one I will just use my romance trope cards, which are right up there, and whatever trope I get, I will find a book to match that trope. Hi, so for pull number 4 it was TBR game, and I have my romance trope cards right here, and I'm just gonna randomly pick one. I'm gonna shuffle. Okay, and this one, it's fake dating. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna read for this. I think I'm gonna read Pretending You're Mine by Lucy Score, which is I have the art copy from Met Gala that I got a while ago, a few months ago, and haven't read it. It is book 1 in this series, and there is fake dating. So yeah, I'm gonna read that. Pull number 5, this one, and it is 66, and 66 is star. Okay, so a book with a star on the cover. Pull number 5 was 66, and it is the prompt is to read stars. And for this one I am going to do In Peace Lies Havoc by Armillo Jones. This is the Mystic box, or is this? Yeah, this is the Mystic. So there are stars like in the corner. There's stars on the sprayed edges. There's also star on the so yeah, dark romance, and that's pretty much all I know about it. Pull number 6, 4. Okay, and 4 is intimidating. So intimidating read. Okay. Number 6 was number 4, and that is intimidated read. And for this one I am doing Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin, This is intimidating because I've never read a Pam Godwin book before, but it's also a historical book, and pirates. I've never read a book with pirates, so I don't have very high hopes for this one. So yeah, but I do have it on audio, and it's a very gorgeous edition. So there's that. Pull number 7, this one, and it is 67, and 67 is map, a book with a map in the cover, or a book with a map inside. For pull number 7, I got number 67, and it is map. And for this one, I am going to be reading The Raging Ones by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 1 in this series. This is a sci-fi book. I have this on audio, and it has maps. So yeah, I will be reading this one. Pull number 8 is this one, and it's 58, and 58 is Goodreads or Storygraph Rec. Okay, so I'll just go on Goodreads, and whatever, I'll pull up the recommendation, and whatever the first one is that I own and have not read will be the one I will use. Pull number 8, I got 58, which is a Goodreads or Storygraph Rec, and the first one I saw, I didn't film this, but the first one I saw that I owned and haven't read was Stirred by Chantel Farrell. So that is what I'm gonna read. So yeah. Pull number 9, this one, 45, and 45 has a star, so I am at 20 books read, or need to draw, and 45 is POC rep. Pull number 9 was 45, and that was PLC rep, and for this one I am going to be reading Love Unexpected by QB Tyler. This is one of the few books I have not read by QB Tyler, so I would like to get this one read. I do have the audiobook of this one, and this is very taboo and forbidden. I'm pretty sure this is Step's Dad book. So yes, like most of her books, they're very taboo and forbidden, so I'm excited to read this one. Pull number 10 is 44, and 44 is a 5-star prediction. So just read a book that I think will be 5 stars. And for pull number 10, I got 44, which is a 5-star prediction, and for this one I am doing Butterfly by Cambria Herbert. This is book 1 in the Public Enemy standalone. This is a musician that has a bad reputation. So yeah, one I haven't read. One of the few books of hers I haven't read. This came out in 2017, and I'm saying this is a 5-star prediction because I've not rated any of her books less than 5 stars. Well, that's not true. Some of the Take It Off series I've given it 4, but nothing below a 4. Most of them are 5 stars. So yeah, this is a 5-star prediction, and I'm very excited to read this. Pull number 11, and it is 68, and 68 is Crown, a book with a crown on the cover. Number 11 is Crown, and for that I'm going to be reading Toad by Cambria Herbert. This is book 2 in the Public Enemy standalone series, and there is a crown on it, and yeah, I'm very excited to read this one too. So yeah. Pool number 12 is 59, and 59 is face on the cover. So just book with a face on the cover. For pool number 12, I got number 59, which is face on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to be reading One Look by Lena Hendricks. This is book 1 in this series, and it has a face on the cover. This is book 1 in the Civilian Family novel. Yeah, and this will be my first book by her, but I got this signed at Wild and Windy, so I would like to read this. But yeah, so there's this. Pool number 13 is 15? No, 12. It is 12. As I said, I do have stars on the ones that end in 0 and 5, so it is 12. And 12 is least excited for. Okay, a book that I'm least excited for. So for number 13, I got 12, and that is least excited for. And I am not quite sure which one is the first one in this series. So it's When He's Dark and When He's Alpha by Susanna Wright. This is book 1 and book 2 in the Own This Pride novels. I tried the audiobook of this a while ago and did not like it. I think I got like 10% and I was like, nope, I'm done. So I will try this again and go from there. Whatever the first one is, I will probably honestly DNF, but I wanted to give this a fair chance before I did that. So yes, I might try to read these physically and see, but yeah, I think this is the first one. So there's that. Pool number 14 is 25, and it does have a star, so I am at 25 books read, and 25 is a TV movie adaptation. Number 14, I got number 25, and that is TV movie adaptation. And for this one, I am going to be doing Wait With Me by Amy Dowles. This was a Passionflix movie that came out in, was it May? April, May, somewhere around there, and I really enjoyed it. So it was probably one of the better Passionflix movie. So I saw this on sale on Audible, and I got it, and I do have it on Kindle too. So, but this is what I'm going to read for this, and I'm excited to read it and see if it matches with the movie. Pool number 15, and this one has a star, so I'm at 30. I think I'm gonna cap it at 30, but we shall see. If I get any more, I may or may not do them, because 30 is crazy amount of books. So yeah, but 65 is going to be different culture. So for pool number 15, I got number 65, which is different culture, and for this one I am gonna do Love Chauvin in New York by N.M. Patel. This is Indian culture, so it is definitely a different culture than me because I am white. So I'm very excited to read this. I haven't taken it out of the plastic, as you can see. This was Hello Lovely's book for June, for Trope of the Month. So very excited to read this. It's super pretty, and yeah, so pull number 16, and it's 26, and 26 is audiobook, so a nice and easy one. For number 16, I got 26, which is to read an audiobook. And for this one, I am going to read Flawless by Elise Silver. I did not end up reading this in May. And if I don't read this month, please yell at me. But I plan on reading this one. I do have all 4 of them on audio, so I have no excuse. And I have the first 3 in this edition signed. Sorry, I dropped it. Signed because I met her in Seattle in April. So I have no excuse. So it needs to be read. So yes, but I have, as I said, I have all of them on audio, so yeah. Pull number 17 is 35. I think 30 is the most I'm gonna do, so I'm not gonna add 5 more. But if I happen to read 30 books relatively quick, I might try to read 35, but probably not. So, but 35 is female author. So for number 17, I got number 35, which is female author, and for this one I am going to read Moth to a Flame by Cambria Herbert. This is one of her romantic suspense books, and I'm very excited to read this and have been wanting to read this but just haven't. This is a famous actress, if I'm not mistaken, and she is being stalked, so she hires a bodyguard, if I remember correctly, but I don't know that. But I'm very excited to read this, and yes, I only have a few more Cambria Herbert books that I need to read, so any books that I do read will be nice to get off her backlist that I'm enjoying. So yes. Pull number 18, 64, and 64 is oldest published. So the oldest published book I own will be what I read. 28 is 50, which would bring my total of 45 books, and that's just not happening. And 50 is swap. All that just means that I could swap any prompt, so I would only really have to read 44 books, or 49. Yeah, 49 books. But I could swap any prompt that I don't like. We'll leave that one for whatnot. We'll leave that for later. So for 18, I got number 64, which is oldest published. But I also got a swap, so I am going to use the swap for this one, and that just means I get to pick any book I want to read. essentially, that doesn't have to fit the prompt. So for this one, I'm going to use Don't You Dare by C.E. Ritchie. This is a baseball romance. It's an MM romance, and I'm super excited to read this. I got this in Wild and Windy when I met her. She was super nice. So yes, I'm very excited to read this one. Pull number 19 is 13, and 13 is female protagonist. So just read a book with a female protagonist. So for pull number 19, I got number 13, and that is female protagonist. And for this one, I'm gonna do Heartless by Elise Silver. This is book 2 in the Chestnut Spring series. And yeah, I mean, I read a lot of romance, so there's usually a female protagonist. Also, there is usually nowadays more often than not male point of views too, but there is a female protagonist in this. So yes, I'm very excited. I know this one is a lot of people's favorite in this series, so I'm very excited to see where I fall. Pull number 20, this one, and it is 9, and 9 is any, so read any book. Number 20, and I got number 9, which is any. So for this one, I'm going to read Powerless by Elise Silver. This is book number 3 in the Chestnut Spring series. So yes, it is a chunker, but I have it on audio, so I'm very excited to read this one. Pull 21. Oops, I got 2, but this one, 8. 8 is a retelling. Okay. Number 21, I got number 8, and that is retelling. And for this one, I am going to be reading Red by Cambria Herbert. This is book number 7 in the House of Misfits. This series is a modern day retelling of fairy tales, and this one is a modern day retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. So yes, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm pretty sure this is MM. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's MM. So yeah. Pool number 22, 34, and 34 is male author. Pool number 22, I got number 34, which is male author, and for this one I am going to be reading The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. So I'm very excited. This will be my first Grady Hendrix book. So yeah. Pool number 23 is 70. So if I'm keeping track, I would be at 40 books, and that's just not doable, I don't think. But I will attempt to read 40 books, but I don't think so. And 70 is a dark cover. For pull number 23, sorry. Pull number 23, I got number 70, and it's dark cover. And for this one, I am going to be reading Raw by Belle Aurora. This is book 1 in the series. This is a dark romance mafia, if I remember. It's Mystic Box. Super pretty. And it's dark cover. So yeah. Pull number 24. And it is 46. And 46 is backlist book. For pull number 24, I got 46, and that is a backlist book. For this one, I am doing The Price of Mason by Linda Cage. This is book number 10 in the Forbidden Men series by Linda Cage. Have really enjoyed all 9 of these, and this is just a companion novel to The Price of a Kiss, or Price of a Kiss, which is first book. This came out in 2018. I've been meaning to and put this on a lot of TBRs, and I never end up picking this up for whatever reason. So this is going on here. It is the 3rd of August when I'm filming this, so I might try to reread all 9 books in the Forbidden Men series before I read this one, before September starts. Maybe I'll try to do that and see if that will help me finish this. But it's a backlist and one I need to read. So yeah. Pull number 25, and 25 is 33, and 33 is Out of Comfort Zone. Okay. Pull number 25, I got number 33, and that is Out of Comfort Zone. For this, I am going with The Last Hope by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 2 in this duet. This is a sci-fi book. I don't read sci-fi, so it is out of my comfort zone. I do have this on audio though, so yes. Very excited. I don't even really remember what this is about, honestly. I got it a long time ago. This came out in 2019, so yeah, it's about time I read it. 26 is 62, and 62 is series continuation. So just read a series continuation. For pull number 26, I got number 62, which is a series continuation, and for that I am going to be reading Merry Misfits by Cambria Herbert. This is book 5.5 in the House of Misfits series, so I have to read this one before the final book read. And yeah, it's a short little novella, and I'm very excited to read this and to finish the series. Yeah. 27 1. Okay. Pull pick. Okay. Okay, so for number 27, I got 1, which is a pull, and I am gonna have you decide. I'll either make a pull down below in the description box, or like the first comment, and I'll put the emojis so you could do it that way. I'll probably post it in the Discord too for this read-a-thon. But I have 3 arcs that I'll let you decide on reading. So the first one is You or Someone Like You by Winter Renshaw, Finally Mine by Lucy Score, or A Wedding Changes Everything by Isabel Grace are my 3 arcs that I need to read. Yes, that is going to be the poll. I plan on reading all 3 of those this month anyways, but whichever one wins will be the first one I read. 29, 60. Again, really glad I capped it at 5, because this is crazy. But 60 is Second Chance, either a book or an author. Okay, so pool number 29, I got 60, and 60 was Second Chance, book or author, and for this one I am going with Still Life by A.M. Johnson. This one I got this back in 2014, I think, when I met her at a signing. This was, so it was 16, I lied, 2016 when I met her in Seattle. And I have tried to read this multiple times and just have not gotten into it. The bookmark for this is 22 pages in, on chapter 3. And I've tried, I did read one of her books and I think I gave it 3 stars. So I don't know, but I have the whole trilogy of this, and I want to give it a fair shot again. So if I happen to not like it this month, I will then probably give these away and unhaul the series, because I don't need it if I won't read it. So yes, this one will be that one. And finally, number 30, 11. And 11 is Skip. Okay, that's a nice one. So, Notebook. Number 30, I got 11, and I got a Skip, so I don't have to pick a book for this one. So those are all of the books that I plan on reading for PickPongAthon. It is only 28 books, because I did get a swap and a skip, and essentially 3, 4. I do have 4 more additional books that I could add, which was 20. So essentially it could be like 58 books that I could potentially read if I didn't put a limit on the stars, or the 5 and 0. But if I do happen to read all of these 28 books fairly quickly, I will probably pull more prompts just so I could continue. Overall, I'm very excited with this stack of books, and very happy to read. A lot of these I've had on my shelves for a long time, so I'm very excited to either read them or unhaul, because that is my philosophy now with these books, is if I don't like it, I'm just gonna unhaul and go from there. And yeah, so I do have a lot of audiobooks and books that I'm excited for. So yeah, If you're participating, what do you plan on reading? And I'll see everyone later. Bye.